Why make trillions when we could make billions?
Hello, Dem Apple's back. In the last couple of hands, while saving the other recording, this is part 5 of the SitnGo series, by the way. I went all in with, I think I had 4 big blinds left, and I was on the button or in the cutoff. I had King 6, and I went all in, pretty standard, King high, 4 big blinds. I'm the short stack. I was called with a better king, and I busted out, but that's okay. Maybe I won't be as card dead next time. And I did get 7th place, so I got a step 1 ticket back, which is good. And I can pretty easily get back into the step 2 for free if I play a step 1. I mentioned how those tournaments worked before. So in the meantime, since I did bust out of this tournament, and I'm gonna play a few more cash game hands and then call this a video, and then maybe play some more sit and goes and MTTs in the future. So right now I'm gonna pull up another cash game. Where is it? Here it is. And I'm gonna X out of this. No. Here we go. Kind of disappointing. I was called with a hand that dominated me. Not even Ace X, just like a hand that completely crushed me. But that always happens, doesn't it? Doesn't it always seem like when you go all in, it's always aces that call you for some reason? I don't know. Maybe it's just psychological. You see it happen 3 or 4 times. It seems like every time. Gonna raise up 9s. I'm about even for the cash game this session. I had called an all-in for about 50 big blinds earlier with Ace King suited and against like someone crazy who was going all in with Queen 7 offsuit, and I lost the 60-40. So gonna play a few more hands and call it a video. Hopefully we'll see some good hands. Definitely raising King Jack on the button. This guy's a 7-7 and he raised pot. So I'm just gonna fold. And Jack 10 is a fold. Dominated hands like that typically folds. And speeding through some hands. And what do you know? I'm gonna check the 5s here. There's no reason to bloat the pot against a short stack. I flop Jin. I'm just gonna lead pot because he might have an Ace X hand. So gonna actually slow play the aces here because this guy's a 4-4, but he folded to the last 3-bet. And he seems like a tight, aggressive guy who knows how to fold. So, I flopped aces. He probably has a pair that's smaller than aces. So I'm gonna lead out weak so that give him a chance to raise and represent an ace. Also gives him a chance to call with worse pairs. And it is a weak looking bet. So I don't think. And I'm gonna check because he still could have an ace and he still could have draws, so I'm gonna check raise here because I think that's a maximum. That's the way to get max value from, because at this point I don't think he'll call a second bet with like pocket 10s, so I'm just gonna check raise, because if he does have like maybe he has queens, maybe he has Ace X, so maybe he has Ace King. I think check raising is the best way to get value here. I'm gonna raise like pretty big, make it seem like kind of a bluff. A funny feeling inside of me right now is telling me he has 3 queens. I'm not really sure why, but I really feel like he has 3 queens. Maybe it might be like a dumb poker thing, but he folded. He probably had, you know, pocket jacks or something. Maybe he had ace king and made a pretty big laydown, but my line was really weird. Like, it really induces a lot of bad play the way I played it. I let out and I check raise the turn, so it just seems really weird. Sometimes that scares players off. Sometimes it makes them shove for their whole stack, so not badly played, I don't think. This guy 3-bet one out of the last 4 hands. I'm out of position, and he did make a really big 3-bet, like 3.5x almost, so I feel like I can lay down ace king out of position. If I were in later position, I wouldn't give that raise as much respect, simply because I raised. Oh, this guy's a 0-0 over 9 hands, so he should be able to fold this. The biggest reason why I folded that is because, whoa, wrong button. Is because I raised under the gun, and I raised under the gun 3x, and when I do that and an opponent like huge 3-bets me, at this point I'm 99% sure I'm either coin flipping against like pocket 10s or something, or I'm just crushed by aces or kings. So and the best way to that's too wet of a board to bet. Too many draws. Just gonna check it down. But yeah, that was a really fast bet, and this guy's a 0 aggression factor, so I'm just gonna think. I'm just gonna pretend like he just slow played me the whole way. Let's just say that's what he did, and now he's making a pot bet as a desperation attempt to get value, which is kind of what it looks like. Also, kind of looks like he backed into a flush. So. Also, when people make a insta bet like that after you check, what it means is that they knew they were gonna bet exactly that amount right after you checked. So he already knew that no matter what I did, he was betting or checking or raising. So I'm gonna check 3-4 here. That's a pretty big hand. Still, I don't want to bloat the pot. I do just have a weak flush and bottom pair. And I don't want to be betting against better flushes, so even a hand that's just a better flush draw actually has really good equity against my flush draw and pair, because they have overcards to my 3s, and they can make a better flush. So I'm not gonna bloat the pot. I raised under the gun. This guy calls. This guy raises to 130. This guy raises more than 4x. I think it's a good place to fold queens, simply because aces and kings are a big part of that player's range. I am going to lead out here because a lot of flush draws are still, you know, flush draws, so and a lot of queens are still 1-pair hands, so I'm definitely going to lead out with 2-pair here. Definitely going to fold to a raise, or although maybe not. This guy's a real yeah, I'll call a shove from the short stack, simply because he might have like flush draws, and at this point I'm putting him on like a flush draw or a straight draw, which missed, or a weak pair of queens, or like a slow played set or something. So I feel like if I check call a bet, a lot of his missed there's a ton of missed straight draws, a ton of missed flush draws. I feel like check calling a bet is the best way to catch a bluff here and get max value. And he will value bet some of his naked queens too, so let's see what he had. He had absolutely nothing. He had ace high. So that was absolutely the best play that I just did. So I gave him a chance to bluff his missed flush draw after the turn. So, and wow, he's a huge calling station. He was in there with ace high and no draw for like a while. So huge passive calling station. Calls bet 3-way pot with ace high, no draw and flop, although the flop wasn't really bet, so I'll just say no draw. And he had a pretty weak draw. I mean, it's an ace-high flush draw on the turn, which he only has like what 19% chance of hitting it. So any flush draw on the turn against a decent sized bet is usually a bad idea, especially against good opponents who will make good laydowns. So. So yeah, I'm gonna call this a video now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna be coming back soon with like an MTT or like a Super Turbo or more cash games or something. I'll think of something. So I'm gonna play this one last hand, and okay, I'll just call this a video. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos. Okay, Dem Apple signing out.